Mr. Fo's famous NFTs. Not at all, but here's a question from Mr. Fo. Morning, guys. Well, for Joe, it's morning. For me, it's actually 10:25 p.m. But anyway, just, logistics. Question. How is the RosenBridge different and safer compared to, for example, the Nomad Bridge that got hacked on Milkomeda? Well, just to clarify, so it didn't get hacked on Milkomeda. Milkomeda used it and it got hacked, right? So it got hacked by itself, and Milkomeda was using it just like many other L2s that were using it. So just wanted to make sure that context is there so that people don't think that it had anything to do with Milkomeda. Okay, Joe, how about you take this one and I can follow up on this one. So how is it different from the Nomad Bridge? What would you say?
The first thing has to do with minimizing the attack surface, right? Most of the time when you have bridges, you have smart contracts on two different chains, right? And so if you're going to grow beyond two chains, you're going to always inherit a new set of smart contracts that then you have to audit, which has a cost. Then you're also going to say, okay, well, it's a somewhat different logic. So then you have a new attack surface, right? So every time you plug into a new chain, you get a new attack surface. And many, not all, but many of the hacks that we've seen in terms of bridging have basically broken down to faulty logic. You could use the Nomad version. I think it was Ethereum side of the chain actually that was exploited. So what we've done is we've minimized the footprint to kind of a home base. The thinking being, as we add new chains, we don't inherit new vulnerabilities. And because, it's built by kind of people that are pretty ergo-centric, we have better overview, oversight of how logic works in our ecosystem, and we can build something that's a little bit more sound. And every time we add a new chain, we don't have to go through the process of audit, which has cost and time, and then you get a new attack surface anyway. Now, another kind of feature is a distribution between the set of actors, the watchers and guards. You've seen some attempts to kind of automate bridges where basically there is a proof provided on chain, and then that proof, is what executes the bridging mechanism. Well, that's been let's say spammed or hacked as well, where you get a fraudulent proof that, basically causes a smart contract to execute, even though there was no asset to bridge. That's been another point of failure. And so the watchers on Rosen don't actually submit a proof on chain. What they do is they create this event box on Ergo that's basically saying, hey guys, something's happening, right? And the idea is that watchers will, basically submit events on the Ergo chain. The guards themselves will observe, basically you have this party that's saying something's happening, right? And then they'll double check it, right? Now, one of the benefits of Rosen is that ideally it's going to be a little bit slower than what we see in terms of bridging. And most people will say, well, we want it fast, right? The goal with Rosen is not really speed, it's security. And having things slower allows different guards to check the chain, whether it's Ergo itself or, one of the partner chains in the future at different block heights, right? So, if Dan's a watcher, he may check it, right now, and me, I may check it in 15 minutes. And so it creates a certain redundancy in terms of verification at different block heights. Now, in a way, I don't know, I see Rosen as just simpler. We're trying to minimize the different ways that bridges have failed. right? And so, when it's live, because we have smart contracts that are ergo-centric kind of on the home chain, and as we build out our set of watchers and set of guards, the ability to add new chains is going to basically be, creating a threshold signature wallet on another chain, or perhaps a multi-sig on another chain, and then build the parameters that are needed to basically set, okay, how many, let's say, blocks do we need for settlement, and what's going to be the parameters for that. So we should be able to actually inherit new chains relatively quickly without inheriting the vulnerability from that new relationship.
Yeah. Well, I think actually you covered it pretty well there, Joe. Especially the mechanism of the event boxes and the watchers. These are actually there's going to be real people here incentivized to secure the network, and that's also why this could be really beneficial for both Cardano and Ergos, because those particular validators and watchers could be potentially stake pool operators. So this is just there's a lot of value add across the ecosystem for Rosen to really just going to be a very powerful tool for both of our ecosystems, Cardano and Ergo.